much better together, I know.
Hey folks, welcome back to CareBlair. My name's Kyle and here we share the positive news, stories and information that helps local volunteers, non-profit community groups and charities to connect with their audience in meaningful ways online. Perhaps you've heard of the saying that the lights are on but nobody is home. Well, a Google My Business listing that has no useful information or engaging content is just that. It's a home with nobody in it, it's dark, most often spooky, and you won't want to risk going inside. Well, in this video, we're going to be sharing a simple method that helps non-profit community groups like yours to connect with their audience in meaningful ways and build trust, that all-important trust, with their donors and volunteers on Google. Sound good? Stick around. So we all know what Google is, right? Google is a search engine, and we know that search engines operate much differently than compared with social media platforms, for example. We've come to understand that people use Google to research topics, people, places, and causes, and they even make decisions based on the quality of information that they discover. Whereas social media, for example, well, people often come to social media to socialize with their family and friends and keep up with the latest social trends. But the downside to keeping up with social trends, for example, is that the information that we extract from them has most likely already been manipulated and deemed unreliable depending on the credibility of its source. And if a local community non-profit group is solely relying on one single social media platform to do all the work of connecting with their audiences in meaningful ways, then it can start to become very difficult to break through the social noise and capture the attention of an audience who, for the most part, is only there for the entertainment. But before we go any further, it's important that we explore the question of why. Why should we build trust on our Google My Business listing? What's the point? What benefit does it have to us? Where will it lead us? Well, I have 3 points that I'd like to share with you, and I'm going to start with point number 1. Adding content to your Google My Business listing helps your cause to stand out, improving its visibility across Google Search and across Google Maps, which happen to be the biggest, most popular, most well-known, most well-used search engine in the world. Point number 2, the increased visibility of your Google My Business listings content will help to drive curiosity in who you are, and may even result in people seeking out your website. And last but not least, step number 3, if those people have a really good experience on your website, they may want to just keep in touch and engage with your cause in fun and exciting ways on your social media pages. Okay, so welcome to our Google search result for CareBlair. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of the tutorial, I just want to show you the results that come up when you type in CareBlair on Google, because this is essentially a role model for what you should be looking to achieve with your own nonprofit. I'll also contrast it with a nonprofit in Aberdeen that doesn't have what we have to show you the difference, just so that you can see just how important it is for you to be doing what we're going to be doing in this tutorial and our previous tutorials that we've just uploaded recently. So, as you can see right here on screen, we've got the Google search results for CareBlair. We have, straight off the bat, the ability to manage our Google My Business listing simply by clicking on a few buttons here. Down below, we've got our Facebook page links, we've got our Twitter links, we've got Just Giving crowdfunding campaigns, we've got the CareBlair website, we've got a bit of news that we've been featured in, we've got the videos that we've been making, we've got our YouTube channel here, and we've got our Instagram page here as well. And if you look over to the right hand side, this is our Google My Business listing. As you can see straight off the bat, we've got photos. We've got photos of people. We've got photos of people who look like they're helping, caring. So it gels well with the type of content and the type of nonprofit that we are. So it's really important that your photos straight off the bat reflect the personality and the type of work that you do with your nonprofit. Yes, we don't always do things like this, but we do things like this from time to time. As you can see on the right hand side of the photos option, we've got our service areas, and we did a tutorial on this in one of our just recent tutorials that we did. This is where we deliver our information, and because we're not a brick and mortar store, we rely on service areas out with our primary area, that is Blairgowrie. Down below, you can see we've got a few options again to customize our Google My Business listing. We've got the ability to leave reviews on your Google My Business listing. We've also, as you can see here, got an About Us section, which we go through in one of our latest tutorials previously as well. And the most important part that we're going to be looking at today is content. And as you can see, we've got a few bits and bobs of posts that we've created right here. Now, this is a great way for your nonprofit to stand out and share information that is not involved with Facebook or Instagram or anything like that. This is completely separate, but an important thing as well. So now that you've seen what CareBlair looks like on the Google search, I want to share with you another community project in Aberdeen. Now, they don't quite have the content that we've got with CareBlair. They need to do some work to create some original content for themselves so that they can start building that trust and engagement with people who have never heard of them before and are just seeing them for the first time when searching for Aberdeen nonprofits on Google. So as you can see here, they are featured in various places across the internet. However, because their Google My Business listing doesn't really have anything here. I mean, we don't have the option to see photos. We've just got what looks like a building there, which doesn't really resemble anything to do with a community project. We've got a Google Maps here, which might be where this project is located, but we don't really know for sure. We've got an address for the project. We've got a telephone number. And this is it. There's nothing else. They've not claimed their listing. They've not added any hours. They've not added their website. They've not shared any latest content. So we really have no idea straight off the bat what this is, who the people are, what they've been doing lately, which really makes it hard for somebody who's not came across this project before to A, trust them, and B, engage with them. So without further ado, let's get into showing you how you can go about creating content that builds trust and engagement. So welcome to your Google My Business listing dashboard. This is where you will come to customize your listing so that you can alter its appearance on Google search. As you can see here, right off the bat at the top here, we've got the ability to create content and advertise our services, which are three of the most important things that we should be doing. Now, we're going to focus on creating the content, creating posts and adding photos today. Now, to create a post, we can either click here, or we can come over to the sidebar here and click on what we see here as posts. As you can see, we've now landed on our dedicated posts section of our Google My Business listing. And we've created a few posts already. And as you can see, it's quite engaging. We've got lots of information. The thumbnails here are colorful, bright and catchy. And most importantly, it's got somebody's face in there. So it comes across as authentic and genuine because people want to communicate with people. They don't want to communicate with stock photos. They don't want to communicate with photos that really aren't genuine or they're too businessy or just not authentic to who you are and what you do as a nonprofit. So let's dive into the type of posts we can create on Google. We can create a COVID-19 update. And if we click on this, we can basically update our status to tell Google visitors just what's happening right now during these current coronavirus restrictions. So if your nonprofit is affected with the restrictions or isn't, you can simply come here, create a post, a COVID-19 update post, and you can basically just add a few words to let customers, donors, or volunteers know what exactly is going on as we go through the coronavirus lockdown pandemic. So simply just add in your status. If you want people to sign up to something, or if you want people to learn more, or if you want people to buy something from you, if you want people to order something online, if you want people to book an appointment with you, you can simply select one and then click publish here, and that will appear on your Google My Business Listings content section for people to instantly understand what's going on with your nonprofit right now during coronavirus restrictions. Next on the list is we can add an offer post. If we have products, or even if we just have an offer that we're offering with our nonprofit services, we can come here, we can add a photo, we can title our offer. For example, you can do 20% off, or you can do, we're offering special services during lockdown tier 4, or anything that you can think of. It's really important to use your imagination and get creative with the types of offers that you can do with your nonprofit. And we can add a start date, an end date, and simply publish it. And then we're good to go. People can now understand what we're offering right now with our nonprofit. Next on the list is we can add an update post. This basically just is a quick update for anybody visiting Google searching for us or any nonprofit related to us to find out exactly what is going on at this moment in time, what we are saying, what we're updating. It's a bit like a tweet, if you like. If you can imagine you're sending a quick tweet to somebody, or you're just publishing a quick tweet for everybody to see, this is exactly the same as that. Okay, so next on the list is we can add an update. So if we want to just quickly update people what we're doing, whatever that is, doesn't have to be specifically due to COVID, or it doesn't have to be specifically due to an offer. It can simply be a genuine update about what we're doing and why we're doing it. And simply just click on add update, add a photo, write a wee post, and then select what you want people to do. It's important that you give people an action, because you don't want to just post something and then just leave it hanging there. You want people to follow through with what you've said. People can either use this, you can either use the sign up button, so people can sign up to your newsletter so they can keep in touch there. You can add a learn more button and direct them to your website, or you can simply encourage people to buy from you, order online, or book one of your services. Next up on the list, we can add an event post. Now this is similar to the post we've just done. You can simply add a photo, title the event, and put in your start date and end date, and simply select publish. Then when people are searching for your nonprofit, they understand what events are coming up, and they can even go and seek out your website and social media pages to engage with your event in much more detail. Next on the list, we can add a product post. Again, if you have products that you sell, you can select a photo, add the product's name, category, price, and description, and add a button for what action you want people to take, like we've already discussed in the previous points there. And you can showcase your products to people who are searching on Google for nonprofits like you. So once we've added our posts, we can see all of our posts right here simply by scrolling down. If we want to specifically narrow down the posts we want to see, such as offers, what's new, or events, we can simply click on what's new, and here we are. This is what's new with CareBlair. And it's really easy for your donors and volunteers to keep up to date with what you're doing, but it also provides them a really seamless experience. They're not having to rake through all of this content to try and find what they're looking for. They can simply click on the buttons up here to narrow down what they're looking for, so that they can get what they're looking for much quicker and simpler. So what we're going to do, we're going to show you how you can create a post very similar to the one that we have here. Now, as you can see, we've got a little bit of an introduction about what the post is about. We've also got a bit about who CareBlair is and what they do. And we've also got some tags down here as well. Now, we've put a learn more button because we want to direct people to our website to learn more. Now, as we've already mentioned, we want people to come to our Google My Business listing. We want to drive curiosity and make them seek out our website to learn more about us. Then we hope to give them a good experience on our website, and then hopefully they want to hang out and engage with us more on our social media. That's the roadmap that we're looking for. So, for us to replicate this kind of content style, first what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this post and create it again to show you how to do something similar. So down here you'll notice a little post icon which is on the same page that we've been on the posts page. So simply click here to start the process of creating your very own post. Now what you can do is you can choose from the COVID-19 update, the offer, or the what's new like we've already discussed. We're going to go for what's new because we've created a new tutorial and blog post that we want to share with you. We can now add a photo and simply click this button here to find a photo from your computer and upload it from there. So once you've found your photo, it'll upload to your Google business listing and you should see it appear right here, which we have. Fantastic. Now what we can do is we come in here and we can just scroll down here just to make this a bit bigger, and we can simply add our text. You'll have your own text that you can use. Simply write a brief description about what your content is about, and then I would recommend putting in here who you are and what you do, because people are going to come across you from all sorts of places, and it's really important that you share who you are and what you do in every single post so that people have the opportunity every single time to be reminded about who you are and what you do. It's very important. So once you've done this, we can simply come down here and select the button that we want to use. Now we don't want people to sign up for newsletters or buy things. We just want people to go to our website to discover more. So we want to click learn more, and then we want to come down here and add in our website. So we're going to go https careblair.org, and there we have it. And then we just simply come down here and select publish. And there we have it. We've now just published our very own content to our Google My Business listing, and it was that simple. That's all we need to do. You just simply come in here to the posts, you type in what it is you need, type in your content, and if you do this for every single content that you make, eventually, you're going to have a massive library of content that will rank on Google, and Google will favor your nonprofit simply because you are creating content, you're creating images, you're building trust with Google, you're building engagement, and Google will like that. They will want to recommend the nonprofits who build trust and engagement with their audiences to people who are seeking them out. So it's very important that your nonprofit can take some value from this video today and start creating their very first post on Google My Business listing. And there we have it, folks. We've learned how to create content that builds trust and engages our audience using our Google My Business listing. I really hope you found some value in this video, and I can't wait to share how we can now create our social media pages the right way for your nonprofit. In the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and I'll try my hardest to answer them. And remember, sharing is caring.
Something's so right. This is our time. Cause I'm tired of trying to walk the dotted line. There's no waiting, hesitating.